You must have seen this notice on the engine control console and the bridge control console near the telegraph. It says barred speed range or critical speed. What does it mean? What do you mean by critical speed or barred speed range? Why is it not allowed for the main engine to run at these speeds for very long? Because this is the critical RPM. Now what is critical RPM? See, every object has a natural frequency at which it vibrates. So the shafting system of the main engine of the ship has a particular natural frequency at which it vibrates. And when our engine rotates, it has got a vibration frequency. Now if this vibration frequency of the rotation of the engine, because of the speed, because of the revolutions of the shaft, that frequency matches the natural frequency of the shafting system, it gets into a state which is called resonance. If the natural frequency of the shafting system and the vibration frequency of the engine matches, then the resultant frequency is very, very high. The resultant frequency is damaging to the equipment. The amplitude of the resulting frequency is very high and it can damage the equipment, and that is the reason why we do not run the engine at critical speed for a long period of time. If you remember from your school, we all have read that example, that why do soldiers break their stride when they are walking over a bridge? For this precise reason. Because when they walk on the bridge, they don't want their frequency to match the natural frequency of the bridge, which can lead to damage of the bridge. That is why the soldiers, when they are walking onto a bridge, over a bridge, they break their stride so that the frequency do not match. Same fundamental is applied here, and as per the experiments, that barred speed range is the speed at which the natural frequency of the shafting system might match the vibration frequency of the engine. And that is why we do not want to run the main engine in the critical speed range for a very long time. Let me show you this. Let me show this with an example with the drawing. Let's try to understand this critical RPM and resonance by means of some drawings. Let's suppose that this is the natural frequency of the shafting system, and again let's suppose that this is the vibration frequency of the main engine at a particular speed. So in this case, the resultant frequency of the complete system will be something like this or thereabout. Very good, not harmful, almost the same. But now imagine that the frequency of the shafting system is this, and the vibration frequency of the main engine, let's suppose it is like this. Okay, so in this case what happens is the resultant frequency becomes like this, and this condition is resonance. This is what happens if the engine is run at critical RPM. The frequency of the shafting system matches the vibration frequency of the main engine at critical RPM, and it leads to this amplified frequency. And this amplified frequency, this amplified amplitude can lead to the destruction and the damage of the main engine and the ship. So this is something we want to avoid, so that the natural frequency of the shafting system does not match the vibration frequency of the main engine, and that is why we do not run the main engine at a critical RPM for very long, because it can lead to resonance, high amplitude vibration will occur, and it will damage the main engine and the ship.